hired a van today. Oh my gosh, so high up.
Yeah, did you want to drive it?
Absolutely not. You feel so far away from me. We decided to hire a van today because...
Oh my goodness.
Touchy brakes?
Oh yeah.
We hired a van today because we need to move some furniture and do a load to the tip. And we both drive very small cars. Oh my gosh, Lee.
I'm barely touching the brakes.
We drive such little cars, this feels like we're driving a truck. Old mate's in the cage.
Oh, me.
Currently at the tip, we actually just finished a hand here. It's loud and it's smelly. We have already had such a busy day and I feel like we're just gonna keep having a busy day. It's just one of those days where we have a lot to do and we're just getting it done, which isn't always super fun. Like I feel like especially on a Sunday, all I really wanna do is just like hang out and chill, but there are things to be done. So I'm on my second coffee of the day. It's not even midday yet. I'm feeling very tired today. As you guys saw this morning, we went to the flower markets. We got there at like 6:30 because we needed to pick up some Mother's Day stuff and a gift for a friend. So we were there early this morning and I'm so glad we went early because it was already quite busy and I can't imagine how much busier it would have gotten throughout the day. Then we came home, had breakfast and went to Bunnings to hire a van, did all the stuff we needed to do with the van, dropped that back at Bunnings and then came home. I think we got home at like 11. Now it is almost 12 and I've just been trying to finish off my vlog from last week because I obviously need to get that done for Monday morning, and I also have a really busy day tomorrow as well. So that's the current situation. I still need to do a little bit more work, and then after that we're gonna head off to my in-laws, or like Liam's family, to have a little Mother's Day afternoon tea, which will be so lovely. And then we're heading straight from there to church and then we'll come home and we'll chill, hopefully. But I'll probably also need to prep for tomorrow. So it's a busy day, but it is a good day. I just feel like I want to be sitting on the couch with a book, you know? I'm just so sleepy. OOTD for church and Mother's Day afternoon tea. New shoes, slay, match my jumper. Let's go. Good morning guys, it is Monday. I just made it to Lang's house. I think all the other girls are already here. And we are having a bit of a work day, so I don't know how much I'll film, but we'll see how we go. We have been working all day. We actually worked on some mood boards. I'll quickly show you mine. The girls are outside filming a TikTok and I want to show you behind the scenes because it's so funny. But here's the mood board that I made today. I absolutely love it. I think it's so fun. And the girls are out here. And the boys, I guess. We're trying to film, got a white ball on my raster. So you'll be feeding me pasta and lobster. You know that one?
No, I hate it.
It's the transition for me. Every single time. It's so good.
I think I did too fast.
When I gotta go, then just let me know that I can pick up my Mercedes.
Good morning. How did you guys sleep last night? I slept okay. Thanks for asking. Time for skincare. Let's wash the face. First up, cleanser, of course. I feel like I'm still half asleep when I do my skincare in the morning. Next, we're going in with my Kita Skin Hydrating Gel Exfoliant, which is just a super gentle exfoliant. You only have to use this a couple times a week, but it really does create such a great base for your makeup. And it also doesn't have any like microplastics or little beads in it that can be really harsh to your skin. Like if it's just like you saw gel, but when you rub it into your skin, you can literally see like the flakes of dead skin, which is just so satisfying. Next up, I have my Kita Skin Serum. So we have the Mochi Skin Serum and the Algae Super Serum, and these are just super hydrating. I use both of these morning and night, but you really don't need to use much, so these bottles still last you such a long time. The focus of the Mochi Skin Serum is just to keep your skin feeling really plump and smooth, like the texture of mochi. And then the Algae Super Serum uses an ingredient called saccharin, which is extremely hydrating. It can hold up to 6,000 times its weight in water, which I think is 6 times the amount that hyaluronic acid can hold, so that is literally incredible. It also has green tea, fermented rice bran, and grape. Even if you don't have dry skin, skin, I feel like hydrating serums are so important. And as always, if you guys want to shop Kia Skin, you can use the code Rachel10 to save 10% off your own order, but I'll have it all linked down below for you guys if you want to check it out. And once that's sunk into my skin, I go in with my moisturizer. And now not only is my skin clean and hydrated, but it also is just like genuinely the perfect base for my makeup. I feel like my makeup goes on so much better. And of course, lip balm. All done. I think for my outfit today, I'm just going to do jeans and a crew neck. Also, these are the jeans that I pretty much always wear. They are from Target, Lily loves. I got my normal size, and I think they're literally just called the wide leg jean, and they are my absolute favorite jeans, and from Target, so very affordable. I'm just making myself some breakfast. I'm also currently watching Katie is Reading. I am watching Katie is Reading. Love her channel, love her reading vlogs so much. They're always really long. This one is 53 minutes. Stunning. But I'm also making some avocado toast. I'm waiting for my toast in the toaster, as you do. I just filmed a video this morning, and after breakfast I will continue editing, just the usual. There's my toast. She needs a little more. I think I've discussed this before. I'm not a huge winter girly. I don't love winter, but something that I do love is when you pull out all of your winter clothes that you kind of forgot about. Like, this is one of my favorite crew necks. I got it, I think last year, maybe the year before. No, surely last year, from LSKD. They kind of have updated versions every year, I think. This is the one that kind of contributes a bit of money to breast cancer, which is why it's pink. And I love it so much. And it's just one of those things where I pulled it out and kind of like when I was redoing my wardrobe last week, I popped it on my shelf and I was like, oh, I kind of forgot about this. So I'm really excited to be wearing it again because it's just like one of my favorite pieces. It's so comfy, but it's so fun and cute. So I think it'll be in my rotation of just like ones I never take off, you know? I feel like the avos have been quite good recently. We're back to our Hass avocados, which we love to see. No shepherds, thank you. Another good thing about the colder months, I guess, is our Hass avos. So you gotta mash it up when it's in the avo, like in the skin, I guess. That sounds really gross, in the skin. But when it's in the skin, it's basically like a little pre-made bowl, you know? And then you don't have to wash up an extra bowl. Work smarter, not harder, ladies. You can also mash it up on the toast, but I prefer not to. Would love some feta, but don't have any. Oh, do you know what I also did this morning? I started Chain of Gold and I'm loving it. I think I'm only maybe like 60 or 70 pages in. So definitely not very far at all. I think it's like no, maybe not 700. I don't know how long the book is actually. Over 500, maybe, I don't know. Doesn't matter. It's a bit long, is what I'm trying to say. Like, it won't be like a super quick read. But wow, it is just so stunning to be back in that world with those characters. Well, they are different characters, but they're like the kids of characters that we already know from previous Shadowhunters books. And it's just like the writing, the vibes, it's just so good. So here's my avo toast. I'm gonna go continue watching Katie is Reading and I will update you later. We need art supplies. I just got home from Kmart. I went and saw my mum and then I went to Kmart on the way home because I needed to pick up some art supplies because tomorrow night we're having a little surprise birthday dinner thing for Soph. She has no idea, at least I think she has no idea, and it's so fun because I feel so sneaky. But we decided to do a little DIY at home paint and sip situation. So I was in charge of bringing like the paint supplies, so I just needed to go out and grab a canvas and a couple of bits and pieces. So I went and grabbed those, but I'm so excited. I don't even know how we managed to like get it all to work out so seamlessly, but I really truly think that Soph has no idea, and we've got this whole setup going. We're going to decorate the house. We've obviously got the paint and sip that we're going to set up. We've got a cake ordered that we're going to pick up tomorrow. We might do balloons. We're not sure yet. We'll see what happens tomorrow. But we managed to somehow figure out a way to get Soph to show up dressed up all nice. George is going to drive Soph to Lang's house. I'm already going to be at Lang's house, and yeah, basically how we did it was we convinced Soph to have a sleepover at George's place tomorrow. I said I would sleep over as well, so we're having like a big girl sleepover at George's place tomorrow night because I'm already going to be at the Gold Coast tomorrow working with Lang all day. So tomorrow I am actually working with Lang all day, and while we're working we're also going to go pick up a cake and pick up some balloons maybe, and also set up the house to have the paint and sip and the decorations and all of that sort of stuff. And Lang messaged the group chat today being like, oh, should we go out for a nice dinner tomorrow night since you're all on the Gold Coast? And then obviously all of the rest of us were like, yeah, that sounds so good. And so Soph was like, oh yeah, sounds so fun. So that's how we've convinced Soph to like dress up cute, by saying that we have a nice dinner. There's no nice dinner that we're going to. Well, I mean, like, we'll have a nice dinner at Lang's house, but like we're not going out to the restaurant that we said we're going out to. So George is already going to be hanging out with Soph, and then once Lang and I are finished with work for the day, George is going to bring Soph to Lang's house and it's all going to be set up and it's going to be a huge surprise. So hopefully it works seamlessly. I actually just think we've really done a good job at keeping it a secret, especially because there's so much that went into this that Soph just has no idea about. But fingers crossed it all works out. Obviously I'll try and film some stuff tomorrow and like keep you guys updated. But I'm really hoping and praying that she is just absolutely shocked. By the way, it isn't her birthday at all yet. It's her birthday in literally a month, but she's going to be in Europe, so we wanted to do something for her before she went away. I just got home. I'm going to go inside, finish my work for the day, and then I need to kind of prep the stuff for tomorrow. Good morning, guys. I just drove down to the Gold Coast. It is like 10:30. I'm spending the day working with Lang before our little secret birthday surprise. I haven't really talked to you guys about this specifically because I just like wasn't really sure if it's very interesting to you guys. But basically, I recently changed managements. So I was with one agency, I'm now with a new one, and I have a new manager. And my new manager is Lang, who was a friend and now she's a friend and my manager. I just thought I would explain that in case you're like, why are you suddenly spending all of this time at Lang's house working? It's because we now work together. So that's really exciting. It's very bittersweet to leave a management and go to a new one because obviously I was with my previous one for about 2 years and I'm very thankful for all of the opportunities that they brought to me. But I was just ready to have a manager that was kind of closer in terms of location. So my old manager was in Sydney and obviously FaceTime and things like that can only go so far. So I decided to make the move. And so now working with Lang, there's a lot more in-person stuff we can do together, which is just really nice. But yeah, just wanted to keep you guys updated so you all know what's going on. But let's go get some planning done. Hi. Hi, Ned. Office dog.
Office dog.
Hi, Lang.
Hiya. Okay, I have no idea what I'm doing.
That's okay. I would have no idea either, to be honest.
Now in the setup stage.
First, flowers.
Is the vibe that I just...
Yeah. Cha, cha, cha. Alrighty, so we have flowers done. We have some candles. We're actually going to take the dining table out onto the deck. So we're going to move this stuff and set the table here. This is where we had the Easter brunch too. So I think it'll be really cute. And Lang said that we might be able to even see the sunset. So fingers crossed we can.
With that table.
Finished setting up. I feel like it turned out so cute. We realized we didn't have balloons, so we rushed out, grabbed some of those, and they also turned out so cute. I feel like they just pull everything together. And then we have everything on the table. We have the candles, we have the flowers, we have the canvases, the paints. We have way more paints inside, but we'll bring them out when we're actually doing it. I think the girls are running a little bit behind, so we honestly have so much time, which is good. We obviously still have to get ready, but that's kind of it. I'm so excited to see her reaction when she walks in. I still think she has no idea. Lang just said, Sophie's on Georgia's phone, so don't text Georgia about anything. And I'm so hoping that she doesn't go through any of Georgia's messages or anything, because obviously we've been texting about this all day. I also need to show you the cake at some point. It's so beautiful and I think she's gonna love it. It's straight off a Pinterest board, but everything has come together. We also decided to get her a beautiful happy birthday crown that she can wear all night.
Princess crown.
Princess crown for Princess Soph. We have canned all sparklers, I guess. And we're creating, well, Lang is making the snacks. Here's the cake. How stunning is it? So beautiful. She's about to get here, so we are doing final preparations. Got the phone set up.
Ned. Happy birthday! Oh my goodness! What? I'm in shock! Happy birthday!
Good morning.
Good morning.
Am I like cushy?
You are cushy.
Yeah.
Fitting. I love when my friends are wearing covers and I
Yeah.
hug them. I'm like,
You're so cushy.
you're like a marshmallow. It's been a big morning.
It's been a big week. How have you felt about this week?
I feel pretty good.
How do you feel about leaving for Europe in 2 weeks?
It just doesn't seem real.
I'm not sad at all.
Like, I'm so happy.
I'm so happy for you.
Yeah. I'm so
No, I am so sad for you. I'm just gonna selfishly miss you.
I know. I've never
6 weeks.
like that's a long time. Like that's
Yeah.
over a month,
Yeah.
obviously.
I wonder if it'll feel like it goes really quick or if it will feel
Yeah.
like it's really slow. Like if like I feel like I haven't seen you forever, or if like, oh, I feel like I saw you a week ago.
Yeah. I feel like it might be like I haven't seen you in forever because when we don't see each other for like literally 3 days, I'm like,
I have so much to tell
to
you.
say.
But also you'll just be like kind of dissociated from normal life for a while, so it won't even be like, oh my gosh, this has happened, this is like obviously you'll have lots happening, but it's not like the
Yeah.
same.
No. And it's kind of like you're like not living real life in 6 weeks.
Yeah.
And then you come back to reality and you're like, oh, whoa, yeah.
Yeah.
Like I feel like it always feels like it's longer for the people who are like at home. The people
surely.
going away.
Yeah.
It just goes quickly, you're doing things, you're busy.
You're busy.
Yeah.
In Switzerland, hiking mountains.
Sorry.
I'm busy swimming at the Amalfi Coast. You know, busy girl.
I'm so busy.
So
Can't contact
Can't
me.
do, can't do. No, I'll be so busy too. But yeah, that's interesting.
I'm so excited to have more products on the website.
You guys don't know what's coming. We were looking at samples this morning.
Yeah. There's been so many like samples that have been coming in the last week and it's crazy. But just like these specific products we've been like designing and like going back and forth for so long and like to see
Months.
them, like our drawings, our like writing.
Our
on-
designs, like actual physical things.
Yeah, it's crazy.
Yeah.
Like samples have come back and then I've been like, need to change that, that.
Yeah.
And that's like, if they all come in time and they're perfect, like it'll be the most rewarding thing ever.
Yeah.
This next launch is going to be the most rewarding launch.
Yeah, it'll be the
To ever happen.
biggest launch.
The biggest launch.
Yeah.
Hello friends, happy Saturday. I didn't end up vlogging much yesterday after I drove home from George's because I kind of just worked. And then I had a night in and it was the most perfect thing ever. Liam usually hangs out with friends on Friday nights and I mean sometimes I have plans but a lot of the time it's just my night in, fully recharging my social battery, my introvert levels just kind of topped back up and it always just feels so good. And I think I really needed it after this week. I've just had a busy week driving back and forth from the Gold Coast a couple of times, spending a lot of time with friends, which I really enjoyed, but I just needed some time to myself. I finally feel like myself again, which is good. I feel like I have not been able to read much this week because I've just been here, there and everywhere, and some weeks are just like that for me, which is fine. There's no issues with that, but it is like my favorite thing to do, so when I don't have the time to do that, it makes me a little sad. But I thought I'd give you a bit of a reading update because last night I did finish a book, which I have just obviously been slowly reading probably over the past week. I finished Thank You for Listening by Julia Whalen and I did really enjoy it. I honestly don't know what I'm going to rate it. Recently it's been taking me a few days to really decide on a rating. I don't know, I feel like ratings are such a subjective thing, obviously, because everyone can just have their own opinions, but also like sometimes I'll look back and be like, that 5-star book was not really 5 stars. Like now I'd probably give that like 4 or 4.5, or maybe a book that I gave 4 stars has really stuck with me and so maybe it should have been more of a 4.5. So sometimes I get a bit stuck because I'm like, I genuinely don't know what to rate this book, and then I'm also like, it literally doesn't matter, like it's so unimportant, but I also just don't want to give you guys a rating that doesn't adequately represent how I felt about the book. So I think this is sitting around a 3.5 or a 4-star read, and for me that means I honestly did really enjoy it, but I didn't like fully connect to the story or the characters. I did like that it was a bit unique for a rom-com. It felt like it was kind of bordering literary fiction, like it was a bit of a mix of romance and literary fiction, because although obviously there was a romance going on, it also talked about living life after an accident that really changed the main character's appearance and just like how she felt about herself and kind of how she saw herself, her identity. She had a lot of feelings towards her career and like what her purpose was and what she should be doing with her time, and I guess just kind of her life in general. So there was this aspect of like, who am I and what am I doing? There were also some family dynamics because the main character's grandmother was dealing with, I think it was dementia, and obviously the main character was dealing with how it felt to have a loved one
kind of forget you, and even just like her loved one losing her independence and things like that, and how the main character felt about that and how it was so difficult for her. And that was really insightful as well. But there was just so much more than a romance going on, so that's why I kind of feel like it was a bit more literary fiction vibes compared to just a romance. And it did have rom-com elements to it, in the sense that it did have funny elements, but it definitely had a lot of depth to it, so it wasn't just like a silly little rom-com. I did a mix of audiobook and physical reading for this one, and I really liked the audiobook for this because the author herself narrated the audiobook and she did such a fantastic job. She is, I think, like one of the more famous audiobook narrators. Like, she's done quite a few and definitely done other ones that I've listened to as well, and I think she just, yeah, does a fantastic job at narrating. And so seeing a narrator also write a book was really interesting because it's hard to explain. I feel like it's so like Inception vibes, but the author of this book is an audiobook narrator, but she also wrote a book about an audiobook narrator, like our FMC is an audiobook narrator, and it's also about her falling in love with another audiobook narrator. So there's a lot of discussion about audiobooks, and I really liked that because I love audiobooks, and I thought it was just a really interesting industry to hear more about because I don't know much about it. But yeah, overall I thought it was really interesting and really insightful and really well done. I think my only critiques were obviously, one, like I said, I didn't feel like I personally was able to really connect to the characters or the story, and I don't know why. Sometimes that just happens and it's not anything to do with the book. It's just like the person you are and the book you're reading. Sometimes it just doesn't mesh, and I don't think there's anything wrong with that, but that was just a situation that I had with this book. And the only other criticism that I really noticed about this book was it just felt like it was trying to do a lot, and I don't know if it did all of those things well. Like I mentioned, it talked about the main character struggling with identity, who she was, what she wanted to do, struggling with self-image as well, and just her appearance and how others perceived her. It talked about career and success. It talked about friendships and how when someone's gone through something traumatic or really difficult, how it's really difficult for the people around them to understand and be there for them in a way that the person with the trauma actually appreciates. It obviously talked about the romance, the family dynamics, the dementia. She also had a difficult relationship with her father. Like, there was so much in this book, and although I think it did them decently well, I don't know if it did all of them super well. Like, I think if she had focused on less, she may have been able to really hit the nail on the head with all of the things she did, rather than just doing like 20 different things fairly decently well. Like, some things I think were really done well, and then there were other things where I was like, oh, I feel like that was a bit underdeveloped or a bit unfinished. I think either 3.5 or 4 stars. I definitely recommend it. There is a bit of spice in this. It was a really interesting read, and I enjoyed my reading experience. So there's her new home on the shelf. I also did start Chain of Gold, which I mentioned to you guys, and I think I'm almost halfway through that, which I am loving this. I think this will probably, I think it might be 5 stars. I feel like it'll definitely be between 4 and 5 stars because I love the writing, I love the characters, I love the setting. It's just so magical and fascinating, and I just can't imagine this being like a 3-star read by the end, you know, if I'm already enjoying it this much. So obviously I'll keep you guys updated in this. I think I might film a bit of a reading vlog over the weekend, but either way I'm sure I'll talk about it in a future video. But I think I'm gonna end off the vlog here. I hope you guys enjoyed spending the week with me. I hope you all enjoyed Soph's little birthday surprise and coming along with that. I feel like I've just had such a fun week, so I'm glad you guys got to join in. But I love you guys so much. I hope you all have the best day or night whenever you're watching this, and I will see you guys in my next video very soon. Goodbye.